All right, mic check, mic check. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Good evening and good night to everybody that is listening and watching, wherever you may be tonight. It is I, Decrepit, the hooded lad in the corner of the cantina, here to talk about some comic book shit. This is the Monday stream. Hang out with your Floppy. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. We are going to be having a little bit of a shorter stream tonight. It's not going to be a lot of comic book talk because I have to admit to you guys, I have not been keeping up with a whole lot of new books. I literally have been only maintaining one or two pulls on my pull list for the new releases because it's not really any news. If you guys know me, I'm a cynic. Oh, hold on, let me get the banner down real quick. My bad. But if you guys know me, man, I'm a cynic and I really can't stand a whole lot of the new stuff. So I can't stand a whole lot of the new stuff, and I just, man, I can't maintain a lot of pull lists basically if nothing that I like's going on. So we're gonna get into it, get into some new releases of comic books for the week. The 29th is gonna be new comic book day for this week. So we're gonna go ahead and get into that, of course. Shout out to everybody in the chat if you guys are watching this live, and shout out to everybody catching this on the replay. Thank you guys so much for watching, as always. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, we're going to go ahead and share our screen. We're going to be presenting, like I said, usually how we do this is we go to leagueofcomicbooks.com or leagueofcomicbookgeeks.com, I should say. And that's where we get our new release list. And we're going to go ahead and share this right now. All right, what does do? What it do? What it do? Just started rewatching Pirates of the Caribbean. What up, SWA? Good to see you, sir. Welcome to the stream as always, friend of the channel. Fanatic verse. What's up, Decrepit? What's up, man? Good to see you. Welcome in. All right, so this week, like I said, new comic book day is the Wednesday of every week. If you guys don't know that already, pick up your floppies on that day at your local comic book store, your LCS. But we're going to go ahead and check out some of the new releases that are coming out this Wednesday, the 29th. I know I'm being repetitive, but some people might miss it. And we're going to go ahead and kick it off. This Wednesday, we actually have the first release of the week is going to be Absolute Batman Annual #1. This is the first annual for the Absolute Batman series that we're going to be getting, and this is supposedly going to be a big one. It's a doozy. A lot of people have been discussing this one, basically because of how what we see for the cover, and this looks kind of ominous, like Batman going up against possibly maybe a racially inclined group, a racially hesitant group. I don't know, but that's what it's been looking like from what I've been seeing from the preview artwork, at least here. We've had renditions before of Batman going up against like groups such as like the KKK or neo-Nazis, especially like in the 80s. It was really prevalent for a lot of covers and printing material to be showing like that. So if that's the case for this, I'm not exactly sure, but we're going to go ahead and find out. Here we got a couple of the variant covers that we are flashing on screen for those of you guys that are listening audio only. And there's quite a few. I don't know. I don't like this one. This one's by Meredith McLaren. I'm not really a fan of this style right here. That's like a real big blown up. It looks like we're only getting a partial of the image, and I'm not really a fan of that. So that one's not my favorite. I think the base cover A right here, that's a pretty good, solid one. But the synopsis for the Absolute Batman Annual #1 reads as follows. Some of the biggest names in comics take a turn in the Absolute Universe. Daniel Warren Johnson and James Herron tell tales from Absolute Batman's early days. How did Bruce acquire his Batmobile, and what was it like for Black Mask's party animals when Batman first hit the scene? Okay, so that might be a rendition right there. I totally could have been off. This might be just something that just looks ominous into the regards of what I was saying earlier, what was printed in the 80s. But this might be Black Mask's party animal crew. So you never know what something's going to be until they explain it. So that's what we're going to be getting. Final order cutoff for your LCS is going to be the 6th. So that already passed. If you didn't get it on your pre-order list, too bad. So sad. So we're going to go ahead and go back real quick. That's Absolute Batman Annual #1 dropping this week on Wednesday. And of course, then we're going to be getting Batman and Robin Year 1, #12. I've been hearing good things about the Batman and Robin storyline that's been coming out lately. I haven't been picking it up. Obviously, like I said at the beginning of the stream, I've only been picking up 2 comic books per week because if that, man, because the stories that I've been picking up aren't releasing every week. Typically it's bi-weekly, if not skipping every 3 or 4 weeks, because that's how lagging some of the issues are on the release timeline. We have Imperial #4 coming out from Marvel, but you guys know me, I don't really read any of the new Marvel stuff at all. Probably I pick up a couple that have to do with like Spider-Man or Carnage because of the cover, and I'll just throw it in the short box, and that's pretty much it. But after that, we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Annual #1. A lot of annuals coming out this month as well. We got Batman, The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween, Part 10. Death of the Silver Surfer #5. Immortal Thor is getting #3. They revamped the Immortal Thor line, I want to say back in June, and they gave it a reissue of #1, of course. So you know how Marvel and DC love to give you a new #1. We got Black Cat #3, Radiant Black from Image Comics #38, Emma Frost, the White Queen #5. I haven't been following that, but I really love a lot of these variant covers for Emma Frost. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at some of these covers that they've been releasing. Emma Frost, she's one of the femme characters from Marvel that I really like the design for her. Very classy, very broad. They always give her some nice lingerie looks, and I really like it. The white lingerie on a blonde woman, it just works. That one's pretty cool. This was done by Joelle Jones. That's a nice little variant cover right there. Oh, I guess it's only getting 2, so that's pretty easy. Simple as that. All right, let's go ahead and go back to the main page. And real quick, once we get into the third row, real quick, let's go ahead and just take a gander at chat real quick if we have anything. Leland, welcome to the stream. Hello, sir. Welcome. Good to see you. What are your comic recommendations for this week? So Fanatic, typically for comic book recommendations on my end, that's towards the end of the stream when I'll give you guys 3 recommendations and I'll show them on screen, and we will definitely get into those towards the end of the show. But these hang out with your floppy comic book streams. They're typically about only 45 minutes to an hour at the most. Especially given the fact that I haven't been really reading a whole lot of new issues. I'm a old school guy. I like go issues and trade paperbacks, a lot of the older stories. So that's kind of where we're at with it right now. But yes, we will get into comic book recommendations at the end of the show. Thank you for asking. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. We were at row 3. We have Superman Red and Blue 2025 special #1. Now, this is interesting because for those that don't remember, there was a Superman Blue and a Superman Red series that kicked off in the 90s. It was like a split dual personality kind of comic where it was like a red kryptonite Superman and then a blue kryptonite Superman that kind of had like electrical capability powers and stuff. I don't know if anyone recalls that. But this one right here reads as follows: a special Superman one-shot from Eisner-nominated creators. The beloved Eisner-nominated series returns with a special one-shot to put a cap on Superman's monumental year. This was a big year for Superman, aside from the James Gunn movie release that debuted a few months back. There has been a shit ton of Superman #1s and specials this year that have actually been quite regarded as decent reads. And I think there was the Superman anniversary special that was like this, about the size of I want to say a what do they call it? It's larger than a magazine size. I forget what they call it exactly. It's not a heritage style. It just escapes my head right now. I'll remember eventually, but it's a larger print size for the book and for this particular special that they did. But man, the story was that, and that one was really well done. A classic tale of Superman being the hometown hero, the American lad that we all know and love him, saving cats out of trees, putting out fires for helping out firefighters, stopping a robbery, and then a gunshot or a gunfire. What's the word? I can't talk right now. A gunfight for a robbery from a bank, typical, just classic, 40s, 50s kind of oriented stories. It was really cool, real campy stuff, but that was a good special. It said then this one is written by Paul Dini. Oh yeah, Paul Dini is a great writer. Soars from Gotham to Metropolis for a touching tale. Meanwhile, Dan Abnett from the Titans gives a reporter the Superman scoop of the century. Michael Walsh makes his DC debut, and Rainbow Rowell revisits Lois and Clark. So we're going to be having this Red and Blue special for it's going to be coming out actually in December, this says. So have to be checking out for that, see if I pick it up later on down the line. Hold on real quick. I gotta mute myself because sorry, real quick, guys. Allergies. Row 4, as it says right here, we got Cloak and Dagger #1. Reboot of Cloak and Daggers coming out this week as well. We have Spider Gwen, Ghost Spider, or all new Spider Gwen, Ghost Spider #3 coming out. We have a crossover between Avengers and X-Men called X Avengers #1 releasing. Oh, goodness gracious, I had to sneeze. I knew it was coming. We have Feral #17 is coming out. Now, Feral's been quite a renowned series from Image this year. I want to say actually it debuted at the top of this year, if not last year. And it's basically like a zombification, zombie apocalypse style esque book. It's from the creators of Stray, or Strays, that had to do with the dogs. This one's about cats. So, if you're into something like that, go ahead and check it out. It's a really good book. I read like the first like 6 to 8 issues. It was all right. And then I kind of just gave it up. I was like, I think I got my fill of this one. Row 5, we go ahead and we got Venom, Black, White, and Blood #3. Now, the Black, White, and Blood treatment has been done for a lot of series as of late. Marvel loves to do this to a lot of different characters, as we'll get down the line where they do it to Boba Fett. But Venom has been getting it lately from the Marvel's universe. I don't know why. I want to hate this cover, but there's something about it that I kind of like it a little bit. But it says right here, from the world of the sleeper hit, What If Peter Parker Became the Punisher? Carol Potts weaves a web with Damian Cosero to show what happens if a Peter prone to violent solutions for his enemies became Venom, and it's just as shocking as you'd imagine. Takashi Okazaki imagines a never-before-seen Venom in ancient Japan as the samurai symbiote goes up against a crimson carnage. Right on. Okay, so we got a nice little one right here. This is the A cover right here. Going into cover B. I'm not really a fan of this one either myself. And then cover C. That one looks really good. I like this one right here. I think this one this is the Okazaki variant right here, and I love this one. Look at that. Just sitting right there on top of a totem head. That looks really cool. I might pick this up just for the cover, to be honest with you. I hate being that guy. I always like chastise people that are, I'm like, oh, what, you just buying variants? But this one was pretty cool. So I might give that a chance. And it says Crimson Carnage, and I am a Carnage guy, so maybe we'll check that one down the line. And like I said, it goes down the treatment. We got Thundercats #20 releasing, and then we also are coming to Star Wars Boba Fett, Black, White, and Red #2. So, of course, this is Disney Star Wars shit, so true OG Star Wars fans, need not worry about reading this one because this is just made up lore. But this one right here, Synapse reads as follows. Time to pay the piper. Samu is down on his luck criminal, always running from his problems. But he can't outrun Boba Fett. Witness one of the greatest bounty hunters in the galaxy stalk his prey and blast a few Sleemos while he's at it. Will the galaxy's most notorious hunter capture one of his sneakiest bounties yet? So it's basically following along a bit of a more violent tale of like their made up Boba Fett stories, depicting Boba Fett basically going on bounty hunting missions is what they should have done from the get go if they were ever going to do any kind of content with Boba Fett. But what do I know? All right. Let's go ahead and get back. I don't need to spend much time on that. I'm not reading fake Star Wars. And then we get in the following row, we got Rat City #19 coming out. Sam and Twitch Case Files #19. Sam and Twitch was a series that I gave it a chance. I read the first like 5 issues. It's like a detective series, part of the Spawn universe. It's a little bit of more of a slower running, slower paced storyline, but I thought it was pretty decent. But I think I just kind of got bored with it, so that's just on me. But and again, like I said, I keep reiterating, I only read about like 1 or 2 new issues unless something catches my eye that's like independent or something. Something like this right here. It says Universal Monsters Dracula Black, White, and Black and White Special #1. Okay, I thought it was about to say Black, White, and Blood or Black, White, and something. All right. And then we scroll down a little bit to find my cursor. We have The Phantom #2 from Mad Cave Studios. I did pick up the free comic book day issue of The Phantom that was released, and that one was pretty cool. I thought it was good writing. The writer they have on this one right now is Ray Fox, and he does some pretty good stuff. I'm not too familiar with his work a whole lot, but the synopsis for this #2 for The Phantom reads as follows: The Phantom never dies, but no one said anything about his friends and family when drug runners of the Singh Brotherhood lose a valuable shipment in the jungle. It'll be the villagers of Bendar who pay the price. But the Brotherhood thinks the Phantom is a myth. They're about to taste the cold fist of reality. Ray Fox and Russell Olson's stylish new era continues in another pulse-pounding issue. Cover price $4.99. Mad Cave has done some good stuff, man. I'm a fan of their freedom for their independent writers and artists. So, I like this one. I like the classic look, cartoon looking one for this. That's pretty cool. Him punching out a pirate. But yeah, the Phantom is like an old school like pulp figure. You can see him in the purple suit with the pistol. I really like the look they did for the horse right here. The horse looks real animated and like alive, and like he has his own personality. It's pretty good artwork on this one. Russell Mark Olson is the artist on this stuff. So the Phantom #2. And I know I'm kind of zooming through these guys real quick. Let's go ahead and see in the chat real quick what you guys are saying. Leland said, "Did you see they revealed Absolute Zatanna?" I did. I did. I was on X the other day when it was shared by Scott Snyder, and I went ahead and I gandered at it, and I was like, okay. I was like, of course they would. So they race swapped Zatanna for Absolute Zatanna. Not surprising there from DC. So go ahead and give it a read if you guys want, because don't take my word or my opinion for it. Maybe it's a good book. You never know. So I wouldn't be SWA said, I wouldn't be surprised if Kylo returns in a comic after Disney Star Wars Episode 9-3. Episode 9-3. I don't know what the 9-3 means, but I think you meant Episode 9. They did a Star Wars Legacy of Vader. It was a comic book about Kylo Ren. Narrow Dark has a good video that he talks about it. It's like basically he read it so you don't have to, kind of a take. And I appreciate him because I do not waste my time reading on anything that's Disney Star Wars, especially their comic books. A whole lot of fake lore. So if you guys aren't already sub to Narrow Dark, go check his channel out. He's got a lot of good videos on the Disney comic books and how shitty they are. SWA, is Paul Dini still a good writer, or did he start to fall off? Well, Paul Dini, I read a lot of his Batman stuff is pretty good from the 90s and forward. I'm not familiar with a whole lot of like his newer releases, so I can't give you an exact answer on that one, to be honest with you. I apologize if that's not very informative. But yeah, last time I checked, Paul Dini was doing good work. He's good. Paul Dano, if you guys remember, the actor that played the Riddler in Matt Reeves' The Batman, Paul Dano wrote a storyline for like a prequel to the Batman called Riddler Year One. And I thought that one was pretty neat. I know it has nothing to do with Paul Dini, but his name was so similar, I just couldn't help it. But yeah, hey Decrepit, what's up? What's up, Oddball? Good to see you, man. Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you as always. Friend of the channel. Cool. Nice, man. All right, real quick, I just had to catch up with the chat. All right. After that, we have Sonya Reborn #3, published by Dynamite Comics. We have Godzilla versus America, Kansas City #1. There's been a lot of like Godzilla versus Chicago, Godzilla versus New York. You guys if you guys are familiar with the streams, you guys know my take. They do a lot of Godzilla crossovers, really milking that brand. The hype from -1 was like a nice kickoff for a lot of Godzilla crossover comics to debut, and I'm not sure if they even did a comic book regarding like anything having to do with like the -1 film itself. Typically it's all having to do with like a crossover into the Marvel universe versus the Justice League. So Godzilla, it was a big year this year, if you guys remember, at the beginning of the year, coming off the cusp of last year's release for -1. So yeah, Godzilla is always going to be out and about. Whether as far as his stories are good, I don't know, but I don't really give a lot of these crossovers a chance unless somebody from my LCS or a buddy of mine that reads comics, if he tells me it's any good. We have Stitch #3 from the Disney collaboration from Dynamite. Don't know nothing about that. Coming off across, we have Marvel DC crossover Deadpool and Batman issue #1. This is the second printing from Ryan Stigman. I did not check out any of the DC and Marvel crossovers, guys. I'm a fake fan. uh, so I have nothing to really say about that. But go check it out. Go check it out and let me know if you guys like it, and I'll maybe check it out myself. Like I said, like I say all the time at the end of the show, also give your comic book recommendations to us as well. You can give it to us in the chat during the show, or in once the replay is posted of the stream. You guys can go ahead and comment it down below in the video. So definitely always give us your guys' recommendations to us whenever you can. All right, coming down more into like the indie titles, we have Dick Tracy Halloween Special #1. We got Toxic Avenger Comics #4. You know what was funny, man? I just realized that the Toxic Avenger film starring the dwarf or the small little person actor. I don't know whatever they want to be called nowadays, but Peter Dinklage, he stars as the Toxic Avenger in this film, and it already went to DVD in Walmart. I was at Walmart today, taking a relative out to go do some errands, and I was just walking around in the electronics section, and I checked the DVD department, and I was checking it out, and I was like, no shit, Toxic Avenger already hit shelves. I guess it didn't have too long of a runtime on the silver screen in the theaters. So do with that information what you will. We got from Dynamite as well, Disney Villains Maleficent #1. And then coming down, we got, I don't even know a lot of these titles, man. Yeah, there's a whole lot of shit going on. Biker Mice from Mars #5. That series has been going on since like the top of last year. That's been a slow burning release. I didn't even know they were still doing that one. But if you guys are a fan of the Biker Mice from Mars, that's an old ass. They did a cartoon series back in the day as well. But then again, they did a cartoon for everything. So Toxic Team Up #5 from Ahoy Publishing. Absolute Batman #10 is getting its second printing this week as well. Whole lot of printings from the Absolute Batman run. A lot of people love it. Absolute Batman #1 is getting a 9th printing with the cover done by Nick Dragotta. Absolute Batman #11 featuring Absolute Bane is getting its second printing this week as well. And then from Mad Cave Studios has a new release. And then we have Astonishing X-Men Infinity Comic #42. I Tyrant #4. And then I think it just goes down into the more like bizarre and quirky releases. Transformers #24 is getting its second printing, a Jason Howard variant. And then Batman Detective Comics #98, part of the All In series, or the All In initiative, is going to be releasing. Scrolling down, a whole lot of second printings for a lot of the Absolute books. We have a Frank Miller Virgin variant for the Marvel DC Deadpool Batman #1. Me personally, man, I'm not a fan of like the artwork that comes from Frank Miller nowadays. The gentleman is quite older, and his skill, I want to say his skill, he still has his blocky finger looks to him, and the rugged faces with the big mouths and eyes. But as far as him like maintaining his credibility, like this guy does not need to keep doing this, man. I'm just gonna say it. Frank Miller doesn't need to keep doing work. He can go ahead and retire. I don't think we need to have this man keep doing covers for these companies, honestly. It kind of gets to the point where it's like, hold on, I gotta clear my nose again. But it's kind of like what happened with Stan Lee, where they just milked him, and he just like was he didn't really want to keep doing all these live events and signings and what have you. But I definitely think that Frank Miller should retire. All right, we're scrolling down. We're getting to like the end of the release. Not a whole lot notable titles to mention. With the ones that I've been reading, I know I keep saying it, but the ones that I've been reading as my pull list is Green Lantern, of course, by Jeremy Adams. Green Lantern has been a very good, consistent series. Jeremy Adams, he knows his shit when it comes to the character of Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps. He honestly since ever since Jeff Johns and then Tomasi had their hands on the series, Jeremy Adams has been one of those guys that he definitely has like maintained and holding the torch for the character. So kudos to him. And then we're going to be getting Absolute Flash #1 reprinting. We're going to be getting an Alien #10, part of Marvel Publishing. And then scroll down. I think, yeah, man. I think so. Yeah, it's just a bunch of weird offshoot titles, and then a lot of reprints for DC's Absolute Universe. Oh, there we go. We got something we can look at. Power Hour #3 cosplay cover, written by Dolan Waddick. But I don't think anybody cares about no one cares about the story for this one. If you guys don't know Power Hour is basically just like sleazy covers that everybody just buys these for the covers. So as you can tell, but anyway, I just had to show that for the boys in the stream. But yeah, man, I know it sounds really lackluster, but there's not a whole lot going on that's like interesting to me per se. I know that, but I cover and I tell you what's coming out down the pipeline just in case you guys see something that you might like. So that has nothing to do with my taste. You guys can always disagree with me and we could have discourse no matter what. But yeah, man, that's what's going to be coming out for new this week. If you guys have any recommendations or something that you think looks cool, definitely want to check it out. Hi there, Decrepit. Hope you are well. Stig Kenobi, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much. I'm doing well, sir. Hope you're doing well also. Hey, that's where I'm from. Where are you from? What was it? Leland. Sorry if I skipped over. I want to see more of TMNT crossing over with Batman or whoever. There was actually like a 5-part series, or I want to say like 5 to 6 issue series of a crossover with Batman and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that happened, I want to say last year and the year prior in 2023. That was a pretty decent one. Kevin Smith, the crybaby himself, Kevin Smith. Power Girl, yeah. There was a good Power Girl. David Nakayama had a good line of Power Girl comics. I want to say back in 2022, a little bit kind of on the cusp end of the pandemic. I was picking up, so very cool. Hey, yo, what was that? The hell kind of stream is this? Nah, man, those were like some sleazy covers. I got to the very bottom of the barrel for the new releases this week, and there was some sleazy covers called Power Hour. If anybody wants to go check those out, Power Hour is the name. The new Conan run, both of them are completely owning. Dude, the Conan Barbarian, there was a cover by Dan Panosian that came out. I think it was issue 21 or 20. And I picked that up and I read it and I was like, oh, fuck, dude, this book's actually entertaining. And I don't read barbarian books at all. Like Red Sonja, Hercules, Conan. I never was a barbarian guy, but that one actually kind of spoke to me. So I think I might pick up the next trade that gets the next collective trade that gets published out. I think it's I forget who does that. I have to look that up real quick. Let me see. Conan Barbarian comic. That's being published by Titan published that one. Yeah. Okay. You know what? Let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing this screen, and it's on the same website, but just a different tab. Let's go ahead and share this one because I know. Oh shit! I hate it when it does the full screen like that. I'm gonna keep your comment on there real quick, Stig, because we're gonna show this. I know this actually might just be my first recommendation for you guys. Then, this will be my first recommendation of comics to read. It's this one right here, Conan the Barbarian, issue number 21. This was released back in July, so I know a little bit, but it is still relatively easy to find if you're going to your LCS. This is printed out by Titan Comics Publishing, and the new story arc starts here. No wonder, because it was a new. This is written by Jim Zub. This is the exact, and I said Panosian. This is the exact cover that I purchased. The great serpent's influence twists and turns, pulling Conan into their deadly coils as the Cimmerian and his allies are lured into Stygia. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Somebody could tell me right there. What they found on this journey will make their blood run cold and set the stage for a conflict beyond their wildest imagination. Yeah, but this one was a very, very good read. I encourage anyone that's interested, go check this out. Titles, titties in the thumbnail. Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. I might make the thumbnail that. Yeah. Oh, Kansas City. Okay, thank you, Leland. Appreciate you. Yeah. Narrow Dark said, Dark Horse. I didn't say what's up to you, man. What's up, brother? Good day. Welcome to the stream. Dark Horse canon comics are worth checking out. Conan used to be part of Marvel canon, and a lot of the vampire lore for the tabletop Conan game comes from the Marvel vampire lore. Right on, right on. I did not know that. I did not know that. Thank you, Narrow Dark. But yes, I agree. Dark Horse comics, a lot of the OG Dark Horse stuff is very good stuff. I love their Alien and Predator work that they did. Alien was first published by Dark Horse. The Alien and Aliens comics, those are really good, based off of the films, of course. And then, of course, who can forget the Dark Horse Star Wars stuff? So the Dark Horse Star Wars stuff that is true canon comics, by the way. And then Stig said, Robert E. Howard's did what Tolkien did some decades before Tolkien. Created a prehistory version of our world stuffed with lore and mythology. He never gets credit for it. Really? Really? That is unfortunate. It's unfortunate when a lot of creators didn't get their due kudos, basically, man. It's a shame. What was it? Bill Finger was the one who created Batman with Bob Kane, and they didn't credit Bill Finger until, like, what was it? The first book they credited Bill Finger in, I think it was like Detective Comics in like the 90s. So Batman was running for about like 50 years or 40 something years before they ever gave him credit. Really real shame. Stygia, based on Agent Egypt. Okay, thank you, Stig. And Dark Horse did some superb Terminator stuff in the early. Yes, they did, dude. RoboCop as well. Oh no. RoboCop was done by Marvel. Yeah, but yeah. The Terminator stuff is great, man. I read a few of the Terminator books. I have some that I pulled like from the dollar bin at my local shop. So that's definitely that's a good one. The variant covers for this Conan issue, by the way, there was a couple good ones. This one was pretty well done. This is done by Maria Wolf. That's pretty nice. Nice cover. This one here is done by Brandon Keenan. Man, no one's ever gonna be Frazetta, dude. No one's ever going to do covers and artwork like Frazetta did. Frank Frazetta on the Virgin variant. That's cool. Right on. Yeah, so Conan the Barbarian number 21. I know it's a little bit before we end the stream, but this will be my first recommendation for you guys if you guys want to check that out for sure. All right, we'll stop sharing the screen real quick. All right. Stig said Howard wrote the Conan stuff in the 1920s. Oh, Robert E. Howard. Okay. Got published after his death in the early 1930s. Oh, that's a shame. What a shame. Tolkien published Lord of the Rings in the mid 50s. Yeah. Wow. What a shame, dude. How very cool. Man, I like it's like bittersweet to hear that. It's cool to hear it, but on his behalf it's bittersweet. So very cool, very informative. Thank you. The one-off Solomon Kane series that just came out was cool too. Solomon Kane is also getting his first novel in January, A Christian Hero. Where are the YouTubers? Talking about that one? Talking about that one? Solomon Kane. Let me see. I'm going to look that up real quick. Solomon Kane. A collection. I don't know why I'm acting all brand new. I feel like I've heard this before. Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen this before. Reads right here. Solomon Kane refers to a collection of stories of the single book featuring the character Solomon Kane, the 17th century Puritan swordsman created by author Robert E. Howard. The original stories are short tales, but there are modern novels and collected editions that combine his adventures, which include confronting ghosts, demons, and other evil forces across the globe. The Puritan swordsman. I like that. That should be someone's handle. Original short stories, The Savage Tales of Solomon Kane. Okay, yeah, The Savage Tales of Solomon Kane rings a bell. I want to say this. I'm looking at several different pages real quick. Dark Horse Books graphic novel. Okay, right here. Hold on. Let's share this screen real quick. SWA said peak good night, peak tisms as usual. Thank you, SWA. Thank you. Appreciate you being here, stopping by the stream. Appreciate you all as always, brother. Have a good night. All right, we're gonna go ahead and present this real quick. Shout out to all of you guys talking in chat, man. Thank you guys so much. I've seen this like design. I know this might be a new published work, but this right here, this font and this stuff, was he published on Gold Key by chance? Remember the Gold Key comics back in the day? I want to say there's the Solomon Kane. He had a run in Gold Key, but I could be mistaken. Based on the character created by Robert E. Howard. This is a preview. Okay. Yeah, this looks good. I might have to check this out actually. This looks tight. Got some gypsies. Yeah, this looks really good. Really good artwork. The gypsy thinks we can speak German. Isn't gypsy a derogatory term for those people now? You can't call them that. Yeah, this looks great. I'm gonna have to check this out actually. This one, I just found this on a whim. I'm gonna have to check this one out. This one's published by Dark Horse Books, like I said. Solomon Kane, Death's Black Riders. I'm gonna have to check this one out. This one looks cool. Solomon Kane, The Serpent's Ring is the new one. Serpent's Ring. Ever read any Elric of Melnibone comics? Definitely recommend Elric of Melnibone. I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm gonna write that down right now. Narrow Dark. Elric. I got my pen and paper right here. Elric of Melnibone. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. I got that. The Van Helsing movie with Hugh Jackman completely stole Solomon Kane's book. Dude, I didn't want to say it. I was thinking it. I was like, oh, he's kind of got like the Helsing look to him. But like Narrow Dark said too, or Melnibone. Thank you for fixing that for me. Elric is so trippy and pure heavy metal. Narrow Dark, nice. Did anybody ever read Heavy Metal magazine from the 70s and 80s? Anybody read those old school ones? I have a grip of heavy metal magazines in the garage. I'm a collector as well, guys. Like I collect I have about like 7 short boxes and like 3 long boxes of comic books wrapped up in like trash paper bag or trash plastic bags for because I live out in the country, so I have to kind of cover up my stuff in the garage because we got rodents and bugs sometimes. So, but I have a lot of comic books and magazines. Read some. They're nuts. Okay. Okay, man. Oh, you read some. They're nuts. You read some. Yeah. Yeah. Heavy metal's the shit. And like Neurodark said, Melna Bonet. Right on. Real quick, Stig said they totally ripped this off by Van Helsing, by the way. I believe you. The Serpent's Ring. The Serpent's Ring. I want to gander at that real quick. Let's look that up. Real quick, I'm gonna take this off screen just for a moment while I look this up. But shout out to the guys in the chat, man. Thanks for being thanks for participating in the conversation and giving me some recommendations. That's what this one's all about. I know, like I said, this one was a bit more of an ill-equipped stream that I started today. Actually, being completely transparent with you guys, I actually got up from a nap, like an unexpected nap after I got comatose from eating. I took the relative that I took out to go run some errands. I took them to dinner, and then we went ahead and made it back home. I dropped them off to their house. I went back to my place, and then I just fucking fell on the bed and knocked out, man. So that's Solomon Kane's Serpent's Ring. Yeah, I woke up from like a nap and I was just all groggy, and I realized I'm like, oh, it's 8:45. I have to stream, dude. Okay, let's go ahead and share the screen now. We'll go ahead and throw up Stig's recommendation right here, or what he said. Let's throw it up on here. All right, so Solomon Kane, excuse me. So they're on number 4. So this was first published in March 26th was issue number 1, and July 9th was the last issue published number 4. So they already got 4 issues of this one now. Did they cancel the series? I wonder. I'm curious. Solomon Kane is back. The Sword of Vengeance slashes into his own new series. Solomon Kane, the Serpent Ring. Kane battles the Barbary Coast across southern Europe to the canals of Venice as a band of rogues forms around him in their quest for the fabled Serpent Ring of Set. It's the much anticipated return of Solomon Kane from Patrick Zurcher. Right on. And they don't credit Edwards here, I guess you could say. Sorry, I was reading one of the comments down below. Man, all these fucking pop-ups. I need a new computer. I need some new malware service on my computer. This looks sick as fuck. Patrick Zurcher, Solomon Kane. Yeah, this looks like the shit. So Solomon Kane, yeah, they totally. Oh wow, yeah. I look at this dude, I'm like, that's totally a Van Helsing. They totally got in Van Helsing from this guy. Very fair. Very very fair assessment, I guess you could say. They didn't even really hide it. But what was it? This is issue number 1, and then issue number 2. I'm gonna actually read this, man. Thanks for the recommendation, Stig. I'm gonna check this out. This looks up my alley. Kane battles from the Barbary Coast. Okay, I already read that. They're not giving you like the synopsis of the story per issue. This looks legit. He has like a rapier sword, like that flintlock pistol, old school shit. Yeah, this is cool, man. This is cool. I loved it a lot. Let me go back real quick, and then issue number 4. Let's go jump to issue number 4 because I'm curious if they There's no talks about the next issue coming down the line. This might have been the last one. Oh, there's a cameo of Conan and Cole. Wow. Okay, so it's a shared universe. Is that what I'm taking from this? Shared universe, mayhaps. I'll get to the chat in 1 second if you guys are talking in there. I'll get to you guys. My internet's kind of running slow on opening the image for this. All right, I guess I'll check it right now. They made an animated movie of one of the Heavy Metal stories, Heavy Metal 2000. I like that one. Yeah, I have that on DVD. I have that on DVD and VHS on my shelf over there. It's a good one. If you want to check out Elric comics, start with Ruby Throne from 2014. Ruby, yeah, Throne. Okay, I got you. I'll write that one down right now. It's a one-off story. Gonna hit 3 vapes at once in your honor. Right on. Hit the vong bong, man. Well, no, it's not a bong, but I got you. It was pure pulp, very straightforward story. Hero with a goal versus villains. I like that, man. One of my favorite characters is the Shadow. The Shadow is definitely one of my all-time favorite pulp heroes. And for those that don't know, the Shadow was one of the what's the word, inspirations that inspired the Batman character, of course. Conan and Elric have crossovers since the Elric stuff goes into multiverse travel via drugs. Really? I did not. That's very cool. Very cool. King Kull, Conan, and Solomon Kane in the same universe, set as a Stygian god from Conan and ancient history. Nice. Very cool. See, man, I love it when I learn stuff like this. You guys are doing awesome tonight. Thank you. The Phantom was a huge up here in Norway, still is. Dude, I just mentioned the Phantom at the beginning of the stream. There's an ongoing series from Mad Cave Studios of the Phantom going on right now. So I don't know if anyone's reading that one, but I read there was a preview that they did for the past free comic book day that was coincided with Batman Day. So I don't know if anybody gave that a check out, but go read that. That's pretty cool. Right on, Solomon Kane. I'm definitely gonna read this next. Hang out with your floppy. We do. I'll give you guys my opinion on this series. I'll go ahead and I'm gonna give it a chance. Real quick, I'm gonna type this in because the Shadow. See if League of Comic Book Geeks will give me something regards to the Shadow. Okay, not a whole lot. There was actually a crossover from Dynamite and right here, Batman the Shadow back in 2017. It was a crossover that they did, and I read this one. This one was pretty neat. Two of history's greatest vigilantes are reunited at last. Murder has come to Gotham City, and Lamont Cranston appears to be the culprit, but he's been dead for over 50 years. Batman will go to the ends of the earth to unravel the mystery. Yeah, but this one was cool. They did 6. This was a 6-issue series that they did, and basically Batman and the Shadow are looking for Joker, and then Joker's tied in with like some of Lamont Cranston's like descendant bad guys, I want to say it was. But this one was pretty cool. This was an entertaining one. This is the issue number 1. They right here. I don't know if Alex Ross did a variant for this, but this one was very entertaining. I like this one a lot. Some of the classic covers that they did. Oh yeah, and every issue also had like a black and white variant rendition. This was the one that I had right here. This is the variant cover by Tim Sale. I had this one right here. If you guys can get the trade paperback for this, I encourage you. You guys don't need to get every like single issue. I always encourage, if you want to go back and read something in physical form, read it digital too, of course. But if you want to go physical with reading something collectively, get the trade paperback. Published in January of 2019 was the trade. This cover right here is interesting too. This is one featuring Joker. I had this cover right here. This is the one that I had, the Edward Riso cover. Yeah. This is a good crossover, man. I enjoyed this one. I'm not typically like, and I know I've beat it with a dead horse. I'm not typically a fan of crossover stuff, but Batman in the Shadow was a good one. If I can just scroll down right here, I think there was another Shadow series that was done, and it was I think Dynamite did it as well, but I have to see. Crypt of Shadows, that's a good one, but not the one I'm talking about. Dark Shadows, no. Maybe they're not going to show it to me. Oh yeah. Oh, this is the Art of the Shadow, not the series, like the reading series, but this was the published work. This is a hardcover. I'm gonna have to, damn it. When you know how sometimes you see something and you're like, fuck, I have to buy that. It's one of those. My bad. I was leaving your comment on the screen. The Phantom movies would always be on TV here in Australia. There was, yeah, was it live action? Right? Live action Phantom movie. Conan and the Phantom are better when black and white, really. Honestly, yeah. I could believe that. Sam Raimi couldn't get the rights for The Shadow back in the 90s, so he made the Darkman movie. Yes, dude. Yes. The Darkman. Darkman is the shit. There's actually, was it Dark Horse that did Darkman, the comic? There's, oh my god, I'm going to throw that one up next. Fuck it. Real quick. Yes, I fucking love I love Darkman, dude. Ah, if nobody's watched the movie, go check it out. The first Darkman film is stars Liam Neeson, actually, for those that don't know. But yeah, this right here, Marvel had the rights to him. Marvel had the rights for the publishing on Darkman, and this right here was Darkman's debut in comic books. But yeah, this one's based on the movie right here, really reminiscent of like the Invisible Man from the Monsters era, the Monsters Universal Monsters, I guess you could say. But dude, yeah, Darkman is the shit. I love this. I love the movie and I love the character. Fuck yeah. That was the first one, and then right here, this is from '93. This is the series that I read. I didn't read the original Marvel one. I have to double back for this one, but this one right here, the redo story that Marvel put out, man, very good work right here. For those that aren't familiar, this will be my second comic book recommendation for you guys. I recommend you guys go read this one. Just absolute stuff. Kurt Busiek was on this one, and Scott Benson really knew what they were doing for this one, dude. And Javier Salteri. Oh, dude. Yeah, this book is fire. Hell yeah. There's some men of culture in the chat. This guy said dark man. Some men of culture. I have a site where you can download comics updated daily. Good if you want to check stuff out before buying or to get really old stuff that can't be found anymore. I too have a digital method that I can read like older and newer stuff. So yeah, bro. Um Definitely DM me on X if we're, I don't know if we're following each other on X, but you send me your site, I'll send you mine. Fuck yeah, Darkman mention. I love Darkman, dude. The movie was great. I remember watching it as a kid. Oh, really, really fun. Great story. Real quick. Oh, sorry. Crossovers tend to be very neutral, so they don't piss off fans of either crossover character. Tend to be very sanitized. Yeah, I know where you're coming from. Flash Gordon and Mandrake need comebacks. Dude, Flash Gordon has a series out from Mad Cave as well. I don't know if you're familiar, but we can go ahead and throw that up real quick. Flash Gordon. Love Flash Gordon, man. Death to Ming. Death to Ming. Yeah, right here. Yeah, this is the new series of Flash Gordon currently going right now. They have it going all the way up till next year of 2026 that we're going to be getting this. Sorry, the trades in 2026, but number 14 is going to be released in December. Yeah, so we still have one, two, three. Still have 3 issues yet to be released in the series, but I read issue number 1. Unfortunately, I don't know why. I don't know why I jumped off of this one. Uh who's the writer again? It's somebody that I really like. Jeremy Adams, the guy who's doing the Green Lantern stuff, man. Jeremy Adams, for those who don't know, he's been amazing, a standout writer as of late, man. He's been kicking ass, and he's writing this retelling of the Flash Gordon. This is actually a sequel of the old series, mind you. So like it's like Flash Gordon, and he was like on a planet like frozen or something, and then he gets thawed out, and then more tales to be told. But this series, I've heard nothing but good things about this. I have to pick back up on this one, man. But yeah, Flash Gordon has a new comic series currently published by Mad Cave Studios. And if nobody's been checking it out, go check it out. The first trade already released, of course. Yeah, the first volume 1 trade paperback came out in January. This has been going since last year. But yeah, Flash, savior of the universe. I had to do it. Sorry. He'll save every one of us. Live action Phantom movie with Billy Zane, Catherine Zeta-Jones, and Treat Williams. Get it watched. Awesome movie. I have not actually seen that. I have to check that out. They did a Solomon Kane movie in 2009, and they actually nailed with it. Really? Man, Stig just dropping fucking bombs on me tonight. Love it. Definitely want you to check out the Elric Comics Read Order of the Ruby Throne, Stormbringer, The White Wolf, The Dreaming City, 2013 to 2022. Okay. Got you. I want them to race swap Darkman in a remake. Sarcasm or true feelings? Let me know. No idea if I follow people. I am shit at paying attention or follow back. I don't even know how many followers I have. Oh, no worries. I'm on Twitter probably, or X, or whatever the fuck you guys want to call it. I'm probably on there a little more than I should be, but I'm just like browsing news and articles and stuff typically. Yeah, Flash Gordon series by DC Comics. Yeah, I'm familiar with that one. When new comics, movies, shows go woke and shitty, just go back and collect the old best solution. And that, yeah, mic drop. I can honestly say that that's one of the best case scenarios. Honestly, yeah. I know. Like I said, I said it in the beginning of the stream, and I say it consistently throughout. I do not pick up a lot of the newer stuff because it just doesn't speak to me. I can't relate. I'm not the modern audience that they want. But yeah, I actually, so right here with the one that Narrow Dark said. So fun fact for you guys in the room, and if you're watching this on replay, this was published in 1988, by the way, by DC. I have this very same issue number 1. I have this sitting on my shelf, and I met Sam Jones a year and a half ago, and Sam Jones came to one of my local shops. He was doing a signing, autographs, pictures, the whole 9 yards. And I had this one in my collection, a near mint copy of this, and I had it since I want to say I had the copy since I was born in 94, so I had the copy since 2000, and I was 6 years old when I was gifted this by my uncle. He bought me a copy of this, and then or he got me this and like a few other comics, but this is the one that I read and I kept. I watched the Flash Gordon movie with my grandfather. Actually, fun fact for you guys even more, I told Sam Jones when I met him this, by the way, too. I watched the Flash Gordon movie before I watched Star Wars. So let that sink in. Like I said, I'm a '90s kid, and well, not a kid no more, but I'm a product of the '90s, and I watched the Flash Gordon movie before I saw Star Wars. So Flash Gordon was my first like sci-fi thriller film or sci-fi movie that I ever watched. I didn't watch Star Trek before that. I watched Flash Gordon first, and then I saw Star Wars. So Flash Gordon was like my first experience in that department, and then I saw Star Wars. But anyway, I met Sam Jones in person, and I shook his hand. Real tall guy, big guy. He's older up there in his years, right? But he's still like he's still built and buff, dude. Like he's still really fit. Guy takes care of himself. And I met him, and I was like, "Oh yeah, man!" I was like, "I watched the Flash Gordon movie before I saw Star Wars. This is the copy I had as I was a kid, yada yada." And it was only $40, dude. Only $40 to get his signature. So I got him to sign the book. He signed it right here, like on top of Ming's head. He put two. I personalize all my books, so he put two. My first name, two blank, and then he put Sam Jones, and then in parentheses right here over like Ming's like forehead ear area, he put death to Ming for me. So that was pretty cool. I'll never forget that experience. So that was a great thing. And Sam Jones is actually going to be coming again to our local shop again. And I think I might just be funny the next time I see him, and I might take my copy of my Ted Blu-ray to have him sign that one. Yeah, because those that don't know, Flash, if you've never seen the Ted movie, the characters John and Ted are like obsessed with the Flash Gordon movie, and Sam Jones is in the film himself. So yeah, go check that out. That's another recommendation for you guys. Flash Gordon from the '80s. Thank you, Narrow Dark, for igniting that recommendation. Real quick. Damn, 1994. You're a kid, born in '79. Here, time flies. Yeah, man. My birthday was just last week, so I'm 31 now. I'm 31. Any Lady Death fans? Yes, dude. Of course. Chaos Comics. Evil Ernie's girlfriend. Lady Death debuted in Evil Ernie, man. Of course. Oh, you said kind of a guilty pleasure of mine. Same with Purgatory, dude. Purgatory. Oh my God, Narrow Dark. Where are you? Where have you been? Purgatory is great. We're gonna get Narrow Dark on for a comic book stream one day. Seen Outlander with Jim Caviezel. Spaceship crashes in the Viking Age. Caviezel is the pilot. Evil aliens on board escapes. Has to team up with Vikings to kill them. Pulpy fun. Ooh, that sounds good. Outlander. 31, just a kid. Narrow Dark, you older than me? I thought I was older than you. Lady Death is awesome. I watched the animated movie earlier this year. I liked it. They did an anime movie of her. What? He was just a kid. What's up, Keely? What's up, brother? Seen the clip of Terrence Stamp running into the pub and yelling "kneel before Zod"? No, I have not. No, I have not. Need to check out that Lady Death movie. Yeah, dude, I had no idea that existed. Stig's just put me on tonight. Stig was like, "I'll tell you something. What for?" I'm 27, just a kid. Okay, yeah. I figured we were in the ballpark. Yeah. He's just a boy. Sorry for the typos. Damn keyboard on the laptop. No worries, brother. No worries. You're good. You're good. What was another one that I was saying right now? Oh yeah, Lady Death. We're gonna go ahead. We'll give this to Narrow Dark right now because I know he probably likes this as much as I do. Yeah, Lady Death has a lot of crossovers and like stories, dude. She's all over the place, but this is the one that I'm referring to, the original Chaos Comics Lady Death. This series right here, dude. Wow. Just the artwork, the action, the punchy action, the gore, just amazing stuff in this series. First published in November 1st of 1997. Lady Death #1, or sorry, this is Lady Death 0, but first published work from this series, and Lady Death, or god damn it, putting my fucking thing over. Yeah, #1 was later in February of 1998. God damn it, I can't read today. I don't have my glasses. Yeah, Lady Death. She first revealed in Evil Ernie, and Lady Death. This is the synopsis for her solo story: is Lady Death returns to Hell and begins to reassert her rule as Queen of the Realm. She kills the demon Valboja, and who has taken over her castle and ruled in her absence. Cremator tracks Lady Demon to Lady Death's castle and is surprised to find his lady once again in residence. Man, dude, so many good stories, dude. I can go on. I could be on here forever, but unfortunately, I can't. There's an issue of Lady Death that I really love, enjoy the cover. One of her offshoot series, because she had a lot of like offshoot series from her main title. And like Narrow Dark was saying, there's also a series called Purgatory from the same universe as Lady Death as well. And yeah, Lady Death versus Purgatory from 1999. Purgatory, she's like a wicked demon looking broad. She's pretty sick though. Lady Death had so many like Dark Horizons, Dark Millennium, Dead Rising, Death Goddess. She had so many like side series. She even has like uh a swimsuit special back in the day too. Coffin Comics is the ones who does like the current run is published by Coffin Comics, but I think yeah, and Brian Pulido was killing with Brian Pulido and Jim Ballant. They really put their foot into the character. Just so many comics, so much content. Lady Death is one of those femme fatales. Like she's up there with like Vampirella and Red Sonja. I put her up there with them. And yeah, they had a crossover from Harris Comics back in 2000 and 1999. Yeah, they had their own little crossover series right here. Vampirella and Lady Death. I'm telling you, man, you guys need to like go past Marvel and DC. You guys would be surprised what's out there for those of you Puritans that are out there, and the DC and Marvel fanboys really shoot themselves in the foot when they don't broaden their horizon. I can't even scroll all the way down. That's how many fucking comics she has. I had this one too, the Odyssey, the gold. These gold foils. I had this one too, man. This one was great. Lady Death, the Rapture. That's a good one too. Man, I could just nerd out about this. Even Witchblade had a crossover with Lady Death, dude. I love Vampirella too, by the way. I actually have a tattoo of Vampirella on me, so that gives you an idea. Vampirella is just she's a bad bitch. Uh oh shit, I gotta go back up. I'll make a list for you, Decrepit. 25 pulpy fun movies for you. Please do, Stig. Like real seriously, please do, brother. What is your Twitter handle? It's the same name as my name here on YouTube. The way I spell Decrepit with the threes and the ones. I know a lot of people are very annoyed at the way I spell my name, but yeah, sue me. Once you create your name on YouTube, you kind of just run with it. Unless I can't make a new channel at this point or a new name. Planning on watching John Carpenter's The Thing for Halloween. Have you seen it before, Keely? I'm assuming you've watched it before, but yeah, The Thing is a great film to watch. We need to talk about movies too one day, man. I don't know if I'm gonna talk about I don't know if I'm gonna talk about movies on my floppy stream or when I'm on the panel with the lads on Unlimited Tirade. But we need to talk about horror movies one day. In an ideal world, Anna Nicole Smith had acting skills and played Lady Death in a trilogy. I like to hear that. Oh yeah, that's my handle. It's pretty much the same handle here on YouTube. Yeah, thank you, Keely. Got Halloween pub trivia tonight. Nice, you're going to the pub. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, have fun, Narrow Dark. We can't forget Chastity by Chaos Comics. No, we cannot. There was a Vampirella movie too. It was horrid, but yeah, I know about that one. I know about that one for sure. Witchblade was another fun comic. That one had a TV show, I think. Yeah, Witchblade from what was it? Who did it? Don't tell me off the top of my head. It's right there. the one who did Darkness, Top Cow Comics. I think that's what they were called. Top Cow Publishing. The purists don't know what they're missing from other publishers. I know, dude. I know. I know. Honestly, like independent stuff is where it's at for me nowadays. And just like you see the vast amount of like comics that are available from the Lady Death run from the 90s. Like you can just get lost alone in reading for weeks the Lady Death stuff. Like you don't even have to deviate or read anything else. You can just get lost in this shit right here. I mean, dude, hold on. I'm gonna look this up right now because we're on a tangent right now. We're there. We're there. Might as well go for it. There's this crossover with Vampirella called Vampirella versus Pantha, and Pantha was released. She's a character from the Vampirella universe, published by Harris Comics in the '90s. This is one of my first ones that I was ever exposed to of the character Vampirella, and written by Mark Millar of all people. Mark Millar, however you want to say his name, but Mark Millar is like, oh, dude. I think it's Miller. I think Americans just say his name that way, but he's Scottish if I remember right. But Mark Miller, man, dude, writing his ass off on I love this cover. I have this original cover right here with Vampirella featured with the Pantha logo in the back. This is such good artwork. Better than anything you see nowadays. Fuck me. God damn, I hate fucking modern comic books so much. I hate modern artwork too so much. God damn. I'm gonna cry. Look at what they took from us, boys. Man. Yeah, this was a good one, dude. Fuck me. I got lucky with my YouTube name. Yeah, bro. Me too. The Thing got semi remade by Tarantino with a Hateful Eight. Dude, one of my best friends hates the Hateful Eight movie. Like he hates that movie with a burning passion. He can't stand it. Which one of us is the killer? Its 2011 Thing prequel with Owen Lars and Ewan McGregor's wife is certainly a movie. Whoa. They filmed in that one? I didn't know they were featured in that one. It's a prequel, isn't it? Yeah, because the one we get from Carpenter is a remake, technically, because the original one was what, in the 50s, 60s, or even earlier? Somebody can correct me in chat. But the one we get from Carpenter is like the one that everyone knows, but that is not the first version of the film. And then yeah, the one we get in the 2010s, that's a prequel film, but that one, eesh, the VFX and everything, what have you. Yeah, that was not a good one. Lady Death animated movie is on YouTube. Okay, I'm gonna put that in or I'll come back on the replay and I'll look that up. Or Narrow Dark, DM it to me, brother, please, if you don't mind. If not, no worries, I'll find it. Modern comics is all about the author trying to represent himself, herself, or they self, right, Stig? Themselves, theys. Yeah, she's a they. what? I think Melvin said that in one of his videos. He's like, she's a they. I thought that was so funny. Pure narcissism, me. Yeah, self inserts and representation of the writer's plights. They like I have a clip. I hate StreamYard so much because I have this clip that I play from one of the comic book shop owners that went off on a tangent, basically saying like, oh, like that's not how it works. Like you don't write yourself like, what if I was Captain America? What if I was Iron Man? Like, no, you're supposed to write Steve Rogers. You're supposed to write Tony Stark. Like, give us the character, know the stories. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the 50s. Thank you, Keely. Prequel use CGI. Big no with the Thing. The practical effects, like one of my favorite scenes from The Thing, or John Carpenter's The Thing, is when the dog, it gets thrown in the kennel and the dog starts forming and like getting all nasty. The body horror, god damn it, dude, the body horror. And then when that one gentleman goes to use the defibrillator paddles on the guy that's on the table, and then the stomach opens up and just bites his fucking hands off from the wrist. Oh, dude, That movie will never be fucked with. Amazing performances too, by the way, from Kurt Russell and what's that other gentleman's name? The gentleman that was the black guy that was also in They Live. They Live is another fucking amazing movie if no one's ever watched that. They made the practical effects as well and still chose the CGI. Making a list for you right now. I can put Lady Death movie on it too. Thank you. Send you the link for the movie on X. Thank you, Narrow Dark. Appreciate you guys. You guys are so awesome, helpful. Gold digging women should be all about trans people, really, since there is gold in them there hills. There's gold in them. There's gold in they them hills. Very cool. Prince of Darkness is good. Under the Radar, John Carpenter movie, philosophical horror. Prince of Darkness. I don't think I've watched that one. It wouldn't have improved the quality of the writing, but the effects would have made the movie watchable. True. Yeah. Like I said, I watched that movie just once, and then I was just like, yeah, I don't need to watch it again. They did a. Hold on. I want to say that this is published by Image, but I could be wrong. So the first rendition of The Invisible Man that I ever read was from the Classics Illustrated, and these are published like back in like the 50s, the Classics Illustrated books, but that based off of the original Invisible Man story, of course. The Invisible Man is one of my favorite characters of all media of all time. Like I love him. The original movie with Claude Rains is amazing as well. Claude Rains, if you guys don't know, was the actor who played the inspector in Casablanca next to Humphrey Bogart. But yeah, Invisible Man, he has a new series from Image Skybound, published this year, and this was I got this issue number 1. I didn't pick up 2, 3, and 4. James Tynion the fourth is the writer on this series right here. But oh yeah, dude, that classic cover by Alex Ross. That one right there, beautiful. I would love to get like the Invisible Man like unraveling his like wrapping as like a tattoo. That'd be sick. So fucking cool. I think that's it for that one. Yeah, but Invisible Man has a. I just saw something too. I don't think I've ever read this one. Hold on, I'm gonna click on. I have to. I know you guys are with me as I'm browsing right now, but graphic horror, The Invisible Man. I don't think I've read this one. Published in 2009. Yeah, I don't think I've watched this one. This one looks cool. Joe Dunn and Ben Dunn did this one? Oh, wow. I had no idea. I got to read this version, man. This is real like real reminiscent of like 90s like artwork, or early 2000s, 90s leading into like early 2000s, cuz the way her face looks, you can already tell like what era that's kind of like reminiscent of. That's pretty cool. But all right, real quick. Sorry about that. Palmer's transformation still looks so fucking creepy. I know, man. And then like the blood test, the blood when they're testing the blood. That's honestly one of the for those that haven't watched it, like there is like one or two like jump scare ish things in the movie. And when the blood test happens, I didn't expect that one when it jumps out. Like that one actually got me really good. The sounds and the way that the audio is done in that movie is terrific as well. What was I gonna look up? There was one more thing that I wanted to look up on my end, but I can't exactly quite remember. What the fuck was it? Hold on, I'll take this off screen real quick while I'm thinking about it. Uh, Yas, Yas. What's up, Edwin? How's it going? Yeah, but we need to talk about movies like horror films. Just one, like it is Halloween, it is October, and I haven't mentioned a damn thing about horror stuff. I have a problem saying the word horror. Horror sounds like I'm saying whore. Yahuwah. Anyone ever watch Sopranos? Anybody? Anybody? Huh? She was a hua. They did a comic book. Let's just look at it because they did a comic book in Dark Horse Comics. That's I don't even know if they're going to show me here on League of Comic Geeks. They might not show me this. If you find it, it's a very sought after series. Hold on. I'm looking it up right now real quick, guys, so then I'll share it to you guys right now. Typed in the thing and it just thought I was saying Marvel. Like Marvel's the thing. Here we go. I found it. I did it. All right, we'll share screen again. Happy 47th anniversary of Halloween. Classic. Yes. The list is full of cheese for the most part, though. Guilty pleasure movies. Okay, yeah, I just saw your DM right now on my X tab. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Stig. Appreciate all the recommendations and like the banter from you guys this stream, guys. Thank you very much. You guys made this one. I was only going to go for about like 30, 40 minutes, and you guys made me go on for a little bit longer. I can't hold on any longer. I'm too weak. I'm too weak. All right, here we go. Last thing I'm going to share. This is my last recommendation on my behalf. But The Thing from Another World, #1 of 2. Public. It's not letting me blow it up, I guess. But you guys can see the cover right here. I want to say, yeah, you guys can see that well enough. Written by Chuck Ferrer and art done by John Higgins. First Aliens, then Predator, then Terminator, Indiana Jones. Can Dark Horse do it again? What do you think? Picking up where John Carpenter's film left off, McCready is certain he's going to die, but he doesn't care as long as he can destroy the frozen remains of the Thing before he freezes to death. That shouldn't be too much of a problem, should it? Should it? The Thing from Another World. It was only a 2-part series, 2-issue series. And oh man, dude, hold on. I need to like zoom on this one. Let's stop sharing this screen and let's go. I'll show you guys the image and like blown up fully. This one right here. This looks like look at that, dude. That is the shit. That is a beautiful cover. Like I said, only a 2-part issue series, and I own issue #1. I don't have #2. There's a collected trade. I think there's a thicker square bound of like the 2 issues collected in one like soft cover. But yeah, if you can find this, this typically runs about. This is about like a $30 book if you find it in the wild, unless somebody can find it for cheaper. But this is just one of the most gorgeous books I've ever come across cover wise. Stig said the list is full. Oh, I already read that. Sorry about that, Stig. I could probably make a second lease easily. Let me know when you have worked your way through it. All right, I got you, man. Thank you. Horror comic artwork, interesting. Yeah, dude. A lot of horror comics like pre-code era. Like, man, dude, we could sit here and talk about comics for like days and days and days. Honestly, the pre-code era of horror comics is one of my favorites. The guy that started The Thing, Hunting the Dog, absolutely not a Norwegian actor. He is talking somewhat gibberish. Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah, you said yeah. I'm assuming that you said you're in Norway, so you're Norwegian yourself. Yeah. Safe to bet. Yeah, but I'm an American, so every other language to me sounds like gibberish. I kid. Just playing. But yeah, man. We're going to probably wrap up the stream. I have to get going to bed soon. Gotta get up early in the morning for work. But yeah, stop sharing that one, even though it's such cool artwork. But yeah, man, I wanted to say thank you guys again for everybody in the chat with your recommendations, movies, comics, books. Otherwise, I'm going to check out that Solomon Kane series, and then the thing that Narrow Dark recommended, the Elric story. I'm going to check that out as well. Shout out to all of you guys in the chat for your participation. Always a pleasure. Your recommendations, if people don't catch them in the live replay, leave them down in the comment section on the replay when it's posted to the page. Definitely want people to be exposed to a lot of the stuff we talked about tonight. We might do this more so esque for like the next Monday stream of Hang Out with Your Floppy, just talking about comic book series that we all love, like older runs and series from back in the day. I think the next stream we do, I was kind of dabbling in it right now when I said it, but the pre-code era of comic books, like pre 1954, 1952 and back. I think we'll get into that a little bit next time we go around for this. Das Races. Oh no. But yeah, like I said, man, shout out to all of you guys. Thank you guys so much for participating. And I think we're going to go ahead and call it, and that'll be a wrap. Again, it's been a great time talking to you guys. Uh, Always check out and go to your local comic book shops to see what you guys can pick up, see what you guys can find. Dig in those dollar bins, man. You never know what gems you're going to uncover in those regarding whatever you're into, man. You can never know what you're going to find. So that being said, thank you guys so much again, and I'll see you guys next time. See you guys on the next stream, okay? And may the force be with you all, and go fuck yourself. Good night, everybody.